in some ways it seemed like there were more houses, but you know, some of those houses are missing today, others have been built in that place. But we had a railroad track that ran behind, well, on the side of the church and behind the stores and so forth in Bostwick. It was a very thriving little town with a railroad track, that business. We had a bank in town. We had, let's see, 3 big stores in town. And I remember, you know, one of the stores carried the shoes. And so they carried everything, you know, that we needed. A lot of times we traded things, like we have more eggs and, you know, we needed, that we would trade through the stores. But 3 big stores, and they did really well. I remember Mr. George Nunn sitting in front of his store quite a bit, and that's where the Masons own that building. It's the Thrasher building up there now. And Mr. Eccles ran the store, the Bostwick Supply Store, and Miss Ruby Adair was in there with him, you know, for many years. But Mr. Eccles was also the superintendent of the Sunday school, and he would go early on Sunday mornings and build fires in the wood in the stoves, you know, and get things warm for us. At that time, the church, the Baptist church, we just had the sanctuary, no Sunday school rooms. And they did run some wires around in the church and put sheets up, petitions. That's how we had classes until we, the Callaway family built the first Sunday school rooms. And so in town they had the bank, and I really don't remember too much about the bank, but we have some old checks from the bank, different things like that. Some of the bank was close to the supply store, and since they have redone the Susie Agnes Hotel, I think they have moved things from the bank, you know, the cage and desk and so forth. I think that's in that hotel now, in the office part. I have forgotten when it was built. I know the Baptist church started in 1900, and it was in 1905 that we dedicated the church building. And I think the Methodist church started in 1905. When they started talking about building a church, they met in the Susie Agnes Hotel. And I think that was a thriving little hotel at that time. But it hasn't been in too much use in my lifetime. They had people living up there. That was the home of different families through the years. In the upstairs, and then they had stores downstairs. I said 3 stores just a while ago. We had 4, because the Martins had one, the McDougals had one, and then the supply store, and then across the street was Mr. George Nunn's store, and we had a filling station that Henry Burge ran for quite a while.